check it out, y'all. The only carrot I've ever grown. I guess it was left over from last year. It came out of that bed. It grew up in the middle of all those cabbages. And check that out. Big old fat guy. Hey, welcome back to Two Old Crows Homestead. Shelly here. And I'm out working in the garden. It's been a while since I put a video out. And I thought that I would give you all an update, because really, when you're starting in, in the springtime, getting into summer, that's what you're doing, is working in the garden, giving garden updates. And I kind of want this to be I'm sorry, I'm watching my roosters out there being stupid. I kind of want this to be a kind of a vlog of what's going on and things that are going right. So that's what I'm doing. All right, so one of the things that I did tonight is I got some bamboo stakes. I bought a bundle of them. There's like a little bit more than 20 in a bundle. I bought them from a guy that lives in the town that I work in, and he was selling them for 20 bucks a piece. When we had the hard freeze last December around Christmas, he lost a bunch of bamboo. It killed it, and so he just cut them down and was selling them in bundles, and I went and picked some up, and I'm using them to stake my tomatoes. So that's what's happening back there. A couple days ago, I came and cleaned out that bed. I've got, so the things that I left in that bed, I've got volunteer potatoes that are coming up. That's what those plants are. It's my dirty hands working in the garden. Isn't it fun to play in the dirt? But I've got volunteer potatoes coming up, and I'm just leaving them, see what happens. And I've got volunteer marigolds that are coming up. There's one on the other side of my garden bag and one right there. So I'm leaving those, of course, because they're pest deterrents. And then I'm going to come back. I've got a bunch of compost over in the chicken run, and I'm going to come back and fill in that bed and this bed with compost. And then I've got a bunch of pepper plants that I'm going to plant in that bed, and some cucumbers. The cucumbers may go on this side. Tonight, this is what I'm doing. I'm cleaning out this bed. I've got that crazy grass that I can't get rid of coming up insane over here. But I'm just going through and pulling out stuff, and that big pile of stuff that I'm going to feed to my rabbits. That bed right there needs to be cleaned out. That's the asparagus bed. Yeah, that's a hot mess, y'all. That is... I mean, I can see my asparagus, and the reason it's doing that is because I mulched that with hay. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with that bed. This bed, I'm actually super excited about this. And some of this stuff is just, it's gone to seed. It's taken off like crazy. But, okay, I am still claiming this as a victory, because in the past, I have never had success growing this stuff. So this bed, and I'll show you in a minute, this right here at the end, this is fine. It's broccoli that's growing. Crystal's a goob. And then behind it, I've got kale, and actually I think it's still pretty good. I'm gonna cut it down and give it to my daughter. She loves kale. And then on the other side of that, I've got spinach that's gone to seed. Back here behind me, I've got lettuce that's gone to seed. And that was actually I'm gonna take that back. 3 small lettuce plants, and that's what that did. And I've got lettuce started in the house, but it's just now coming up, so I don't know what's going to happen there. But I'm going to cut that down and give it to my rabbits. And then I've got some of that's all cabbage. So there's red and regular cabbage in there, and some of it's forming heads. Never been able to grow cabbage before. And some of it is, there's something getting to it and eating it. So I'm not sure what's happening there, but let me show you the broccoli. Are you getting it? We are very excited about the broccoli. I've never been able to grow broccoli before, but I've got something that's coming in here eating on my broccoli. But I've got all of these. This one is the biggest one. There's one right there. There's one up there. There's one here. There's one in there. Super excited about these. I don't know that we'll get a lot because something is eating on it, whatever that is, maybe. So yeah, I think that's what it is because, oh look, there's a worm. Can you knock that off and go feed it to the chicken? This right here, check this out, y'all. This is my Jerusalem artichokes, and they are growing like crazy. They're supposed to get big yellow flowers that look like sunflowers because they're sunchokes, so they're remotely related to sunflowers. But I can't wait to see the flowers that come up on this. And then, see, all of this grass, because this was one of the beds that didn't get the this black stuff underneath the edges. So this is growing up, so I got to come in and clean that out. Check it out. I'm super excited about this. All the way down, except for, let's see, there's one right there and a couple down at the end that aren't coming up. This is Tromboncino. So I'm super excited about this stuff coming up. This is going to feed our hogs. And then, is there nothing in there? I may go get another seed and put some in there. Of course, the dogs may have gotten, yeah, there was something. But we're going to come. We're going to come back and put some more seeds in there and get that planted. This whole area right here, Randy tilled this up for me to put sweet potatoes. So I'm going to plant sweet potatoes out here because I've got a bunch. I gave Jason and Jake, the guys that are that I'm organizing the festival with, I gave them a bunch of starts of sweet potatoes, and I've got a bunch more starts coming up. So those are going to go out here. And then, as you can see, maybe you can't see. Can you see? Randy has fenced in my entire garden. Y'all, this is so amazing. Let me get up here so maybe you can see this better. Can you see the fence? So right now it's kind of saggy in the middle because we got to come back and put T-posts in, just like back there in the back. That's going to be cut open, and I'm going to put an archway, like a trellis back here, so you can walk all the way through from the front to the back. So there's going to be like this trellis right here. There's going to be one of those back here as well. But we've got to come back in and reinforce this fence with some T-posts. We just don't have any extra right now. And it's doing the job of keeping the dogs out. So over here, I've got, what did we plant over here, Crystal? We got
section doll.
Watermelon.
And then, was it pumpkin?
Pumpkins. Sugar pumpkins.
And they're from here to this one.
To that one.
Yeah,
and then down here we've got watermelon. No,
watermelon.
Zucchini. We got zucchini back here. So we need to come back and probably replant some of these because not all of these holes are open. Some of those seeds that Crystal planted in here for me were older seeds, so that could be the problem with the germination. But we'll just come back and reseed. So I've got peppers that I'm putting in here. I've got after I get that cleaned out, I've got cucumbers. I may put a few cucumbers right there to go this way over the trellis, and then a few cucumbers on the other side. I'm not planting a lot because we still have tons of pickles, but I do like to eat fresh cucumbers. And
so good in cucumber salad.
Yeah. So on this side, we're gonna have peppers, and I've got several different varieties of peppers, and I've got several jalapenos because we are completely out of salsa, and so this year we're going to make a buttload of salsa. And then over here, once I get this cleaned out, I may put some peppers over here too. And then when these are done, because these are cold weather crops, when these are done, I'm going to plant Roma green beans in here. Last year I planted Kentucky Runner, like those pole green beans. Okay, somebody's gonna have to go run them roosters out of there because they are being a menace to the chicken society.
I tried.
I'm gonna get me a rooster. I keep saying I need to put them in the freezer, and they need to go in the freezer for real. So we had Kentucky pole beans down there that vine, and they were all over my fence row. But this year we moved the pigs out. Ouch, I just stepped on something. Randy and I spent this last weekend moving our pig pen. Now, y'all, let me tell you, homesteading is not for the faint of heart. It is incredibly rewarding. It is wonderful to know where my food comes from and to know that, you know, it's healthy and I know what goes on it or in it. And my pigs do a fantastic job of turning food scraps and pellets and forage stuff into bacon. They're awesome at that. However, let me just show you. So over there on the other side, like far over there, that's where the pig run was at. And so we opened this up. We've got it sectioned off. The girls are on this side. You can see Miss Piggy down there. And the boys are on that side. You see one of them up there on the other side of the fence. And so they come out here and forage and everything. I don't think that I'm going to be able to put my green beans on this fence again, because they're obviously going to come by here and eventually they'll clean all of this out, which is amazing. I'm happy about that, but they'll also eat all of my green beans if I plant green beans down here. So that's probably not going to happen down here. But I do think, look at that one. Is that Minnie? Yeah, that's Minnie. And there's Miss Piggy down there. Miss Piggy actually just had some babies. And that may be what's rustling the grass down there at the bottom. They like running through here. And it kind of reminds you, yep, there's one of them down there. I don't know if you can see it in the video or not, but it kind of reminds you of the movie Jurassic Park, where you see the grass moving, but you don't see anything in there. And then all of a sudden, all these piglets bust out and you're like, ah! Cuteness overload, like for real. There's Fred up there. Yeah. So, we did move all of the chicks out of the chicken tractor, and we've got them in our old turkey run right here. But these roosters keep jumping in that normally hang out over there with the pigs. The roosters keep jumping in here, and they won't leave my little chickie babies alone, and I'm getting mad about that. So I'm gonna have to go in there and run them back over to the other side. Let's see what else. Everybody up there is doing fine. I'm going to do an update on our rabbits because, as you see, there's the rabbit tractor, and the rabbit tractor is empty. And I have failed miserably with rabbits. Not miserably, but I've not been successful with rabbits. But I'm going to do an update video about that. I'll tell y'all what's going on with that soon. But anyways, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Also, I don't know if you can see up there on the porch. See the green basket right there? I know my finger's in the way. Right there. I think my potatoes are almost ready to pull out. I will do a video for that because I'm super excited to see if I get a good potato harvest. So yeah, that's where I'm at with the garden. Very excited. And I'm really liking, you know, having this space fenced in, that I don't have to worry about the dogs coming out here and to see how this needs to be put up with T-post. It's just kind of like waving out there, but we'll get it put up. But I'm super excited about having this area closed in where my dogs aren't getting in there and tearing it up, and I can have this space dedicated to my garden. Doesn't mean it's going to stop like rabbits and stuff coming in, wild rabbits, but I am going to put some bone sauce on these posts out here, and hopefully that will deter any wild rodents from coming around. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? He's a good boy. That's a good coop. Yeah, them's good boys. It'll deter any pests from coming in and messing with everything. So that's it for the update. The next big project, so the weekend before last, I think Memorial Weekend or whatever, is when Randy and I worked on this, fencing this in, and he tilled all of that up for me. And then maybe it wasn't Memorial Weekend. I'm not playing. Yeah, it was Memorial Weekend. And then this last weekend, we worked on the pig run and extending that out and giving them some fresh grass to root in, even though it's not going to last any time at all. But my next big project is to work on the herb garden, which is going to go right there on that side of the house. And I have a bunch of herb plants to plant out there, and I keep watering them, and I'm hoping that they won't die. But I've got a bunch of seeds that I'm going to put out there too. And I've got cardboard down. I just need to get mulch down, and I'm going to put some compost down, and I'm just going to start planting stuff. So we'll see. You don't know until you try, right? So anyway, dude, I don't want to play ball. I don't want to, it's hot. So one of my goals that I decided recently I'm going to do, because last week, I don't know, there's been a lot of stuff going on, a lot of like I spent a week in Wisconsin. I had to go up there and train. And my job, what I do, I'm the training coordinator where I work, and so I take care of, one, making sure that everybody is trained in like safety stuff, like OSHA stuff and all of that. I make sure that everybody is trained and understand what it is we do where we work and what we make. I train, we have a mentoring program that I'm over. And so I make sure that the people that are in that program every year are getting the training that they need. And I facilitate that and help them out any way that I can. What else do? We do all kinds of stuff. We do, we take training very seriously where I work. And we'll even, if you like have something specifically that you want to work toward or whatever, we can come up with individual learning plans, and you can work on that as well. So, and where I work, what we make conveyors. We're a manufacturing place. And so some people think it's a little bit odd that we take training as seriously as we do, but my company is very dedicated to its employees. So that's one of the reasons we do what we do. So anyways, one of the things that I do is I go and train distributors or, customers that we have that sell our product. I go and train them about our product. I have a designer that is super, super, super smart, way smarter than I could ever hope to be. And so he goes because he answers all the technical stuff that I don't know the answers to. And so a month ago or so, I went to Wisconsin, him and I, and we trained. And then the week before Memorial Weekend, we had another big distributor training, actually the biggest one that we had ever done. And then we had a big open house for our company. And because our company has been around for like 30 years, but we recently bought a new office building. It used to be a call center. And we built the manufacturing building. My hand's getting tired, I'm sorry. And so that is now completely finished, and everybody has moved in, and we had a big open house and invited community people and customers to come and check it out, and our families. So that was really cool. We got to give them all a tour and all that kind of stuff. Well, I've just been exhausted. Like, it's been a lot, and a lot to get ready for, a lot of stuff going on. And then springtime in the garden, all of that stuff going on here, that's kind of, I'm not trying to make excuses, but that's honestly one of the reasons why I haven't made many videos, because I've just been trying to get stuff done. And then, let me think. Oh, so the last week to, well, actually, I'm gonna be honest, the last month, there's been a lot of days that I've come home from work and I have sat down on the couch and I have watched TV and just relaxed, just because I was exhausted. And in my mind, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that person. I've got stuff to do. I want to get it done. I want to have a successful homestead. But I'm also not that person that's just going to constantly beat myself up because I didn't get out here. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. I did it. Move on. Okay. So this week, what I wanted to do, what I wanted to start doing, if you guys ever watch Living Free in Tennessee, if you don't watch that channel, go check it out. It's Nicole Sauce. And she does, I think she still does it. She would do this thing, videos or whatever, called Garden 30. And basically what it was, she would every day come out and spend 30 minutes in her garden. You know, one day she might be weeding, one day she might be planting stuff, one day she might be whatever, picking stuff out of the garden, harvesting, whatever. But every day she spent 30 minutes in the garden. I mean, think about how therapeutic that would be. Because even though I'm tired today, I've been out here working for about an hour, and I feel better. Just because I've gotten my hands in the dirt and I have just made a difference. I made an impact. And tomorrow I'll come out here and weed a little bit more, and then I'll come out and fill up those beds with compost, and then I'll come out and plant some more stuff. And each day it's moving one step closer to that self-sufficiency, right? If you've been slacking, if you've been being like me and you're just tired and you're just like, I don't feel like doing this. All right. Tomorrow, pick yourself up and do it. Don't beat yourself up over it. Don't get torqued up about it. Don't, you know, get mad to the point that you're just not going to do anything or give up. Tomorrow, do it. So each day this week, it's Monday right now, each day this week, I'm going to try to spend at least 30 minutes in my garden every evening. And we'll see what kind of difference it makes. I'll make a video on Saturday and give you an update. So anyways, I hope you all have a fantastic evening, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Yeah, God bless you. Have a great day.